Hi everyone, thanks for joining today's call. Our first agenda item is the retrospective review for the current sprint. We have quite a few tickets that has been resolved, and a couple of them under the pre-testing columns, and one is under the code review, and I believe there's still some work in progress, a few of them. And just want to touch base with Lawrence on CDM team, whether they got a chance to test on the dispensary form.
I think from last week they had planned, they had started to do the testing tomorrow, but I think the clinicians had already planned to be out in the field, so they pushed it to Wednesday, and that's when the feedback will be done on the ticket.
Okay, so we'll wait for you, your team's feedback in a couple of days.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. And I think the other thing, I think we have sufficient information and things like that. So one thing I would like to ask you guys is that what we have done right for this current sprint and what areas that we could have improved for the current sprint. Anyone? Sounds like a no. If that's the case, we can move to the next agenda item, which is the ticket grooming for the next sprint. I added the rest of the device management and security tickets. So there's one more. This is on 391. It was filed by Mary. It's warning days validation not working properly, and then she included test step on this, and I believe Ruth and Sheila this week would help on testing the device management security app. So it'll be great, Ruth, this one when you work with Sheila, just to make sure that if this issue still exists, if so, just update the ticket. If it's no longer an issue, also update the ticket accordingly.
Okay. We started today.
Yeah, it's
When
starting
we
this
had
week.
yeah, today. I think you're going
Awesome.
to move forward, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
And another ticket is the minimum requirement for mUzima. Simon's the one that who filed the ticket. I think this is important for us as we know, like mUzima would work on Android 2.2 and above, and then we don't know other minimum requirements like the processor or the space and all those things. I think this ticket would be great for us to work on because we have been receiving quite a lot of inquiries. What is the minimum requirement that mUzima would work on? Simon, do you have other things to add on this ticket?
We have said it all. So basically, it's just to determine how much, what is the minimum memory, and
Storage size.
probably.
Go ahead, Simon.
Yeah, I'm saying basically to determine the minimum requirement in terms of memory, speed. Yeah.
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 Okay, cool. Anyone have any question on this ticket? Okay. If not, the next one is the forms autosave even if they are not applicable to the selected client. It was filed by Ruth. I think that was a really good ticket. Basically, for example, when a encounter form is only applicable to a female client, even a male client can open the form and then save autosave. That is not correct. So Ruth, is there any other thing that you would like to share about this ticket? So basically, we don't want to have autosave working on the form templates doesn't apply to this particular client. I think right now the easiest way is we can only compare the gender. I don't think we can compare other observations. Do you guys agree? Because currently, go ahead. Yes, Derek?
I'm disagreeing on what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if other people can hear Derek.
I just say that I agree on what you say. Like comparing the counters, yeah, and the observations.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe something wrong with Derek's microphone. But I think maybe he said that he agreed that it might be yeah, I think he said he agrees, yeah. Okay, cool. Probably the internet connection is not very stable today. I can see members keep getting drop off and then come back, drop off. So I think the question now for Simon, whether the story point 5 points is correct or not.
Yeah, I think 5 points is correct.
Yeah. Okay. And then the last one, let me just, the last one is device management and security ticket. It said that user not registered device without a registration key, and so Ruth, please include this one as well when you test with Sheila this week, just to make sure that whether the appropriate whether this is still an issue, if update accordingly as well.
Yes, Eda, I will do.
Okay, cool. So those are the new 4 tickets to add to this sprint, because we still have a few tickets not wrapping up from the current sprint, so that's why only 4 tickets for this week. At the same time, one of the tickets that I think we might spend a little bit time this week is 385, which is updating mUzima to be compatible with 1.1.5. Just want to FYI that the test server set up in Empath test environment has been ready for mUzima to do testing. There's also a public IP assigned already, and I will upload the latest module that Simon has created for 1.1.5 to the test server, and I will send an email to everyone, and then we pretty much need to do something similar with our last release, our last official release, so to test through every single feature, especially like syncing the cohorts list, downloading the cohort list, um, um, syncing all the complete form, all the form template options, and then downloading or and syncing the latest form template, things like that. So I will create a list of items to test, so that we will make sure that those transactions are working properly, and also after we sync the complete form data, get processed in the server, and then resolving the error, and then making sure data is safe and stored correctly into the table, and things like that. So I will create a list later today and circulate after I upload those latest modules to the test environment in Path Network. So hopefully we can spend the next 2-3 days on doing that, and so that we can identify if there's any issues arise and things like that. So that would be under my to-do. Let me just put mine here. Okay. Any questions in terms of like testing mUzima in 1.1, 1.5? Okay. If not, that's the end of the items to be under the ticket grooming for the new spring. The next one is the discussions on the expanded cohort, and Martin has updated some of his comments over here that at the last part on this wiki page, and I don't think anyone got a chance to review it, but it'll be important for everyone, especially the implementation teams, CDM, LARC, and also CDSS team, just to take a look whether we have captured everything that on this page, because like today, after the please try to do it after the call today. I think we're going to have a short call today, and I would like to just clean up this page, and then have our fun, kind of like a draft action items. Try to interpret this into like an action item so that we can lay out what exactly what we need to be done. We're going to have a call with the San Francisco State U team, and then they have someone to help interested in working this project, and then so that we can turn into actionable item and move forward with that. So please, even though maybe some of them might sound a little bit technical, you can share like what scenario or use cases that you can think of, just to post something there from your perspective or for your team's perspective. It'll be helpful for us that to include your suggestions, so that we're not missing out something may be very important for your team that on this funnel design please try to do it after today's call, and we hope that we can turn this into like actionable items later today or tomorrow. Any questions?
Yeah, I don't know if you can.
I think there might be something wrong with your microphone or your connection. I wonder if you can type on the chat so that we know what you're trying to say. Like, we know that you talk, but then it's like muffling. It's like a muffler. So Lawrence, do you have any? Have you thought about the expanded cohorts and Delta for your team needs?
I think we'll read through Martin's comments and then discuss with the larger group, maybe Dr. TV and everyone. talk and then give feedback.
Thanks. I think Derek said the same thing, that he will communicate with the team.
Yes.
Thanks, Lawrence. Thanks, Derek. So let me here. So please update on that wiki page if you have any suggestions or questions. So the last item is the mobile CDSS discussions. It was supposed the meeting got rescheduled later this week instead. So there's no updates for this topic. But pretty much that is that right now we're doing the reminder through the form, and which serve the purpose. But then there's a more proper way to prompt the reminders through the notification system. That's why we plan to have this meeting to discuss and go through those technical details and concept notes, so that it can be done in a more proper way through the notification system. So that is what that is about. And if you have other thoughts and suggestions that related to this topic, and feel free to reach out to Simon or me, and then we'll keep those in mind during the discussions as well. So we'll share more updates hopefully on Friday with the team if there's discussions happen this Thursday. Okay. So Derek posted a comment that they are going to have a live meeting today at 4:30, and he's going to share this expanded cohorts and Delta discussions topic with the team. Thanks, Derek. So that's pretty much what I have on my agenda. Is there any things that the implementation team would like to update or share with us? Lawrence from CDM?
Nothing for me. Just maybe when the CDSS team is testing the device management, it would be nice if they can share their time so that we join them and we walk through that testing if possible.
So CDM also testing on the device management security app?
It would be good to test with a larger group if they can allow us to. Yes.
Okay, great. So let us know. Please coordinate with Ruth so that she can help us to make sure that you guys are documenting, and your funding and things like that, and that'll be great. Thanks. That's perfect timing. And for the check digit algorithm issues, so Lawrence, I thank you so much for sending that example. I think the original ID that you guys were given was not correct, did not have the correct check digit. I don't know if you got a chance to confirm what I mentioned.
I haven't, but I've been on the hunt to get a few more that I'm going to take a picture of the original universal ID card numbers. Then those I can use to post on the ticket.
So just want to ask you the original ID. How did you guys get it as a list, or they're printed on the card?
They actually printed out cards.
Oh, then that's alarming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you guys can get like a whole of those cards and take a picture or things like that, I think that would be really, really helpful. And then I think this needs to be addressed back to Adina, and because obviously something not correct in the ID generation.
Yeah, we'll try as much as possible to get a number of them and share them.
Okay, cool. Thanks. And also thank you for filing the tickets about the exception thrown case, and also attach some of the screenshots, as Simon mentioned. Maybe he could not see the error message. So we will continue to put that tickets waiting on information until we have more information before we change the status to ready to work. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks for doing that, Lawrence. So Derek, do you have other things to update or share for on luck? Maybe you can type on the chat since your mic not working. Okay. Okay. So is it correct that the error resolution still ongoing and no major blockers? I mean, for both CDM and LARC? Okay. So Derek was saying that not much update from the LARC team, and he'll be out in the field this week. Okay. Thanks, Derek. Now, any other business? Anyone have things to share or would like to comment or discuss? Okay, sounds like a no. So I'll roll up my sleeve today and try to get the information out, get it set up, also like the to-do list for testing for mUzima in 1.1, 1.5, and all those things. And then I think we're all going to be quite busy for the next couple of days on testing and confirming it's working properly or document any issues. And thank you, everyone. I will communicate with you guys through email. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.